Looking for a tool that will allow you to cut out really clean, non-scorched items with your laser engraver? I have an option for you. Okay, I have been playing with my Atomstack mat. I guess it is officially called an Atomstack Maker F3 working panel. And I really like the cleanliness. All of my little pieces that I've been playing with, they're coming out clean on both sides. So I'm going to show you how to assemble the mat. This is a little different than all of our other videos. Check out other videos down below. So here is the mat all assembled, but it is assembled incorrectly. So the video that I'm getting ready to show you of how clean it cuts and everything, it is wrong. So I am going to take it apart and redo the video that Ross and I have already recorded on how to assemble it the wrong way. So first, I will show you how to assemble it. Then I'm going to show you the video of it working. Just keep in mind that there's a couple pieces missing on that. So get ready to watch how to assemble it and how to make amazing cuts using your Atomstack mat. Okay, I'm going to give Ross and I some grace. Started the video again and it still wasn't going together correctly. Doing some research, we have found that they are labeling the front and the back pieces incorrectly. So I'm guessing, since this is something we're seeing on other forums, that yours might be labeled incorrectly. So I'm going to show you how we have figured this out. So here are your side rails. I already have the feet on ours because we've already assembled it once. And you can see on one end, the first notch is further away than the other end. The one that has the closest notch is the front. This is your front piece. The smaller one is the back piece. But what you need to do is there are two sets of screws. You have a dark one that's longer than your silver one. Your dark one will coordinate with your longer L shape. So we're going to put this in the end. And they send a little Allen wrench. And do the same on the other side. Now you take your L brackets and the teeth go in first. And this is where the whole confusion. This top notch you would have thought goes into this, and that's how we did it incorrectly the first time. You do not want this top piece to be going in any notch. That little notch is saved for these. So to recap what we've done, the longer piece, your longer front piece goes on the rail and you attach it to the side that has the notch closest to the end. Now we don't put in this end piece quite yet because after we get our little saw teeth put in, we need to slide in these rods to hold them in place. Okay, I just turned it around so that my end is near me to slide in my rod and not move it after the fact. So don't get confused. I just turned it around. So now in each of these slots, you're going to insert the little sawtooth and make sure it's nice and tight because the rod is going to go through and hold them in place. So just put a tooth in between each one. Okay, I have them all in, and you may have noticed I tried several times to get one put into this last spot. So here's one, and it just will not fit in. And so I kept skipping it and ended up filling up all the holes. And so there's enough to fill it up, not one to put there. So I am just assuming, because we don't have instructions for this, we are not putting one there. So now you take your rod and insert it into the little hole on each side. Take our end piece and put it in there, and then use the shorter screw for this end. Phew, there it is, all put together. They give instructions, but they don't help. So hopefully this video helped you. Again, I'm going to cut now the video and show you what I recorded. What is different in the recording is it doesn't have these little saw tooth ones in between, because we couldn't figure it out. We thought that they just sent us extra ones. So I hope that helped you assemble it. And now watch how the mat works. Oh my goodness, look at what I just found. I already have the mat assembled, putting everything away, and this one had fallen on the floor. So if you can get that in that last slot, more power to you. I'm going to leave mine as is, but wanted to be full disclosure, there was one more. Okay, I have been playing with the mat. Right now I have just a thin piece of wood on there that is really warped. And so one of the really cool things with the mat is they have these bars that you use little wing nuts on, and you secure them down, and it will hold your wood in place and flatten it out. And so what it is there's a rectangle here, slided in the groove on the outside of the, let's see, put it in this way so you can see. So you slide it in like that, and then you can move your bar over to hold down your wood. Absolutely love that. And so as you can see, I've been playing and cutting right now, just playing around with seeing if I can make some garden stakes. And so just going to show you what I really do like about this is that you can see underneath. Because these are raised, you can see underneath when your laser goes through, so you know you have made a complete pass. So here we go, making a little garden stake. Okay, looks like it's done. I'm gonna test it. It's through on a lot of the places, and that's another reason I kind of like this, having a gap so you can tell if it's done. I'll take this off. But look at the edges. It's the whole thing. There is no scorching on this at all. I really enjoyed using this mat. Thank you to Atomstack for letting me test it out. Check out my other engraving videos, always learning and always playing with projects. But as always, thank you for watching DIY on the House.